Good day. Welcome to our class, Mathematics Grade 8, Fourth Quarter Lesson 2. And the title is Applying Theorems on Triangle Congruence. Here are the objectives. Number 1, demonstrate understanding about the theorems on triangle inequalities. Apply theorems on triangle inequalities to find measures of angles and sides of a triangle and manifest appreciation in applying theorems on triangle inequalities to real-life situations. Theorems on triangle inequalities are categorized into two. These are the inequalities in one triangle and inequalities in two triangles. For inequalities in one triangle, the following theorems apply. 1. Triangle inequality theorem 1, sides, 2 angle. 2. Triangle inequality theorem 2, angle, 2 sides. And number 3, triangle inequality theorem 3 says that side 1 plus side 2 is greater than the side 3. And number 4, exterior angle inequality theorem. On the other hand, inequalities in true triangles are either of these theorems. Hence theorem or SAS inequality theorem. Number 2, converse or Hence theorem or SSS inequality theorem. To start with, let us have the first theorem, the triangle inequality theorem 1 says sides to angle. In here, it says that if one side of a triangle is longer than a second side, then the angle opposite the longer side is larger than the angle opposite the shorter side. So this to discuss it further, let's have example number 1. In example number 1, we have to list down the angles of triangle GOT from greatest to least measure. So in the given figure, we have GO equals 6, OT equals 7, and GT equals 8 or measures 8. Now, in this given figure, it is noticeable that GT is the longest side. Therefore, if this is the longest side, angle opposite to it, angle opposite to it, which happens to be angle O, is the largest angle. While, as you notice, side OG is the shortest side. So OG is the shortest side. Therefore, angle opposite to it, which happens to be angle T is the smallest angle. To finalize the answer, we have to list down the angles of triangle GOT from greatest to least measure. So the angle that has the greatest angle measure is angle O, followed by angle G, and lastly angle T. So this is the answer. Moving on to the second triangle inequality, we have triangle inequality theorem 2.
angle to sides. This states that if one angle of a triangle is larger than the second angle, then the side opposite the larger angle is longer than the side opposite the smaller angle. For further illustration, let's have the given example. List down the sides of triangle LOD from longest to shortest. Now, for us to list down the size of the given triangle from longest to shortest, let us consider the measurements of each angle. Considering the measurements of each angle O is the largest angle, followed by angle L. Then angle D is the smallest. Applying the triangle inequality theorem that if the largest angle opposite to the largest angle is the longest side. Therefore, the longest side is side R, followed by the side opposite to angle L is side OD. Then, the shortest side is the side opposite to the smallest angle D. So that is LO. The sides from longest to shortest are LD, OD, and L. Let's have example number 2. List down the sides of triangle BCA from the shortest to the longest measure. Shortest to the longest. The first thing to do is to find the unknown measure of angle. Note that the sum of the measures of the interior angle of a triangle is equal to 180. Therefore, we will have the measure of angle B plus the measure of angle C plus the measure of angle A equal to 180. Now, by substitution, we'll now have the measure of angle B plus the measure of angle C equals 43 degrees plus the measure of angle A equals 63 degrees equals 180. Simplifying 43 plus 63 will give us 106. So we now have one measure of angle B plus 106 equals 100. Using subtraction property of equality, we will subtract 106 and 1. So measure of angle B plus 106 minus 106 equals 180 minus 106. And by the use of identity property for addition, 106 minus 106, it will be measure of angle B plus 0 equals 180 minus 106. By simplifying it, the measure of angle B is 7. This angle B has the greatest measure. It can be concluded that the side opposite of it, which is AC, is the longest. So, mesh angle B followed by the second largest angle is angle A, and then the smallest angle is angle C. From there, since angle B is the largest angle, therefore the side opposite to it is the longest side. So side AC or C. Second, opposite to angle A is side C. And opposite to angle C, the shortest, the smallest angle is side B. Now, moving back to the question, arrange the given sides of triangle BCA from shortest. Since the smallest angle is C, therefore the shortest side is B, followed by the second one, angle A. The opposite of angle A is side C. And to the largest angle is the opposite of the longest side, C. So we have BA, CB, and another triangle inequality is triangle inequality theorem 3. Side 1 plus side 2 is greater than side 2. In here, the sum of the lengths of any two sides of a triangle is greater than the length of the third side. Example or illustration, we have to consider triangle EFG as shown below, with E and F as the side lengths. The triangle inequality theorem states that F plus G is greater than second, E plus G is greater than F, and third, E plus F is greater than G. To be able to form a triangle, each of the three inequalities must be true. If one of these inequalities is false, then it is not possible for these lengths to form a triangle. So let's consider following example. Example 1. Check whether it is possible to form a triangle with lengths 13 cm, 14 cm, and 22 cm. Let's have E, F, and G. Now, for us to prove it, we have E plus F is greater than G. So 13 plus 14 is greater than 22. 27 is greater than 20. Next, E plus G is greater than F. 13 plus 22 is greater than 30. 35 is greater than 40. Also, then the third one, we have F plus G is greater than G. 14 plus 22 is greater than 30. 36 is greater than also. All three conditions are satisfied. They are all true. Therefore, it is possible, all sides, it is possible to form a triangle with lengths 13 cm, 14 cm, and 20 cm. Take note of the word it is. Example 2. Tell whether it is possible to form a triangle with lengths 2 cm, 8 cm, and 12 cm. So let's still do and use E, F, G. Now, we have 2 plus A, or E plus F is greater than 12. So 2 plus 8 is 10, greater than 12. That is 10. E plus G is greater than F. So 2 plus 12 is greater than 8. 2 plus 12 is 14, greater than 8. Lastly, we have F plus G is greater than 8 plus 12 is 20. 20 is greater than 2, and that's 2. Now, one of the inequalities is false, and here it is. Therefore, it is not possible to form a triangle with lengths 2 cm, 8 cm, and 12. Example 3. The two sides of a triangular frame measure 8 inches and 15 inches. Find the possible lengths of the third side. So the solution is to find the possible lengths of the third side of the triangular frame. You can use the formula. Difference of the lengths of the two sides is less than unknown length of the third side is less than sum of the lengths of the two sides. So the two sides are 15 and 8 inches. Now, in the situation, the length of the third side is represented by the variable x. So we will have difference of the lengths of the two sides. That's 8 and 15. So 15 minus 8. X is the length of the third side is less than the sum of the lengths of the two sides. So 15 plus 8. Now, by simplifying it, 15 minus 8 is 7. Is less than x is less than 15 plus 8 is 20. So, the third side can have lengths between 7 inches and 20 inches. To check whether the length of the third side, x, could be any value between 7 and 20, let us choose one value in the interval and apply the triangle inequality theorem 3. So let us consider that x is equal to 10 inches. Now to check, the size of the given triangle now are 8, 15, and 10. So 8 plus 15 is greater than 10. True. 8 plus 10 is greater than 15. 18 is greater than 15. Still true. And 15 plus 8 is greater than 15 plus 10 is greater than 8. 15 plus 10 is 25. Is greater than 8. Also true. Therefore, the length of the third side can be any value between 7 inches and 23 inches. We now have the exterior angle inequality theorem. The measure of an exterior angle of a triangle is greater than the measure of either remote interior angles. Remember that an exterior angle is an angle that forms a linear pair with one of the interior angles of a triangle. Remote interior angle is an angle of a triangle that is not adjacent to a specified exterior angle. While linear pair theorem says if two angles form a linear pair, then the two angles are supplementary and adjacent. Now, let's have example number 1. Given the figure below, let us name the following. Letter A, linear pairs. The linear pairs in this triangle are angle ACD and angle AC. These two are linear pairs. They are adjacent and they are. What is the exterior angle in letter E? The exterior angle is angle AC. What are the remote interior angles of angle ACD? The remote interior angles of angle of triangle of angle ACD are angle A and angle B are the remote interior angles of angle AC. Example, consider the figure below. Letter A, find the measure of angle SMR. SMR is this. For us to find the measure of angle SMR, notice that angle SMR and angle AMR form a linear pair. This means that the sum of the measures of these angles is 180. So, for us to get or to find the measure of angle SMR, we just need to have measure of angle SMR plus the measure of angle AMR is equal to 100. Measure of angle SMR is unknown, plus the measure of angle AMR is 75 equals 100. Using the subtraction property of equality, we will subtract 75 on both sides. So measure of angle SMR plus 75 minus 75 is equal to 180 plus 75. Now, by using identity property, 75 minus 75 is 0. So we have measure of angle SMR here equals, by simplifying it, 180 minus 75. SMR is equal to 100. Now have the value of the angle SMR equals 105. So this is 100. Now, compare the measure of angle SMR to the measure of each remote interior angle. So, angle SMR is 105. An interior angle A, is unknown, so we cannot compare it yet. First thing to do is to find for the measure of angle A. Now, the sum of the interior angles of a triangle is equal to 108. So we have measure of angle A plus measure of angle B plus the measure of angle B. Angle R plus the measure of angle M or AMR. AMR. Is equal to 108. Now we have angle, measure of angle A is unknown, plus measure of angle R is 45, plus the measure of AMR is 75, equals 108. Let's simplify 75 plus 45. Measure of angle A is equal to 100 plus plus 120 is equal to 180. Using subtraction of property of equality, we will subtract 120 on both sides. 180 minus 120. And then by using identity, 120 minus 120 is 0. So measure of angle A is equal to, let's simplify 180 minus 120. So measure of angle A is, now that all interior angles have angle measurements, we can now compare in letter B the measures of angle SMR to the measure of each remote angle. Now, the measure of angle SMR, the measure of angle SMR is equal to 105. And while the measure of angle A is, so 105 is greater than 60. So therefore, measure of angle SMR is greater than the measure of angle A. 105 is greater than 60. Now, another remote angle is angle R. Measure of angle SMR is blank to the measure of angle R. Now, measure of angle SMR is 105 blank to the measure of angle R is 40. So as you can see, 105 is greater than 45. So measure of angle SMR is greater than the measure of angle. So these are the answers. Example 3. Situation. 4 billiard balls are left on the table as shown below. Use the expression to determine the measure of the exterior angle. Now, for us to determine the measure of the exterior angle, we need to find for the measurements of each angle using the given values. So we will have, so these are the interior angles. Again, the sum of the interior angles of a triangle is equal to 180. So we will have measure of angle A plus measure of angle B plus measure of angle C is equal to 180. Angle A is 2x plus 25. Angle B is x minus 15 plus angle C, x plus 10 equals 180. Simplifying it further, add similar terms, 2x plus x plus x, 4x. 25 minus 15 is 10 plus 10, 20. So plus 20 equals 180. Applying subtraction property of equality, we have 4x plus 20 minus 20 equals 180. Applying identity property, this is 0. So we have minus 20 here. And simplifying it further, 4x is equal to 120 minus 20 is 160. We now have 4x equals 100. Applying division property of equality, so let's divide both sides by 4. 4 divided by 4 is x. 160 divided by 4 is equal to 40. So x is equal to 40. Now to find for the measures of angle A is 2x plus 25. So we'll have 2 times 40 plus 25 2 times 40 is 80 plus 25, 100. So A is 105. Next, angle B. Measure of angle B is x minus 15. So 40 minus 15 is equal to 25. Measure of angle B is 25. Lastly, we have the measure of angle C, x plus 10. So 40 plus 10 is equal to 50. So measure of angle C is, now we have the measurements of each angle. Now, what is the measure of the exterior angle of the given triangle? Exterior angle is angle D. Now, there are two ways to find the measure of the exterior angle. It can be the sum of the interior angles. The sum of the interior angles. So, measure of angle A plus the measure of angle B is equal to the exterior angle, that is the measure of angle. So, we have 105 plus 25 is equal to 130. So, measure of angle B is 130. Another is by using the linear pair theorem. Since angle D and angle C are linear pair, and linear pair is equal to 180, the sum of the two angles is equal to 180. Therefore, we have the measure of angle C plus the measure of angle D equal to 180. Angle C is 50 plus the measure of angle D equals 180. Subtracting both sides by 50, measure of angle D is equal to 100. This is the second way on how to find the exterior angle. So the exterior angle is equal to 130. We now have the Henge theorem or SAS inequality. In here we said if two sides of one triangle are congruent to two sides of a second triangle, and the included angle of the first triangle is greater than the included angle in the second, then the third side of the first triangle is longer than the third side of the second. So let's consider triangle ABC and triangle XYZ. Describe the lengths of AC and YZ. Now, as shown in here, sides AB and side BC are congruent to side XY and NZ. And then, their included angles are angle B. The included angle of triangle IBC is angle B, while the included angle in here is angle X. Applying the Henge theorem, AC, looking at AC, is shorter than YZ. Since the opposite side or opposite angle to AC is angle B, has a smaller measure than angle X, which is opposite to Y. So, AC is less than Y by using the Henge theorem. Example 2. Situation. The figures below show two pairs of scissors of the same size in two different positions. In which figure is the distance between the tips of the two blades greater? So use the hinge theorem to justify this. Now, in here, look closely at the figure. The distance between the tips of the two blades in figure 1 is greater since the angle opposite to this side is greater than which measure is 50 degrees as compared to the figure which measures only 26. So look closely. This side of the figure 1 is longer since the angle opposite to it is greater than the angle opposite to it of the other figure, which is only 26. So, in which figure is the distance between the tips of the two blades greater? It is figure 1. Then we have converse of Hench theorem or SSS inequality theorem. If two sides of one triangle are congruent to two sides of a second triangle, and the third side of the first triangle is longer than the third side of the second, then the included angle in the first triangle is larger than the included angle in the second. Now let's consider triangle MOP and triangle QRS. Which angle is larger? Take a look closely at the given figure. In the figure, MO and QS are congruent. Another, MP and SR are also congruent. Now, looking at the measures of the sides OP and QR, we have 16 and 9. Considering these measurements, I can say that 16 is greater than 9. Since 16 is greater than 9, therefore, angle opposite to 16 is much greater. Angle M is greater than the angle opposite to angle S. Final answer, angle M is larger. Another example 2. Situation, apply the SSS inequality theorem to determine which figure has a greater measure of the included angle. Now, where is that included angle? Look closely at the given two figures. Since this side is congruent to this side, another side is congruent to another side of the given triangle, their included angle is the angle between the given sides. Now, applying the converse of Hench theorem or SSS inequality theorem makes the angle opposite 8-meter side length larger than the angle opposite the 5-meter depth of a triangle. So look closely. This side is 8 cm and also this side is 5 cm. Comparing these two sides, 8 cm is greater than 5 cm. Since 8 is greater than 5 cm, so therefore, an angle opposite to the side that measures 8 is greater than the angle opposite to the side of 5 cm. So which figure has greater measure of the included angle? It is figure 2.